The pyramids are on their way. The Almighty's about to crash into the Earth. And Zavala wants to do Guardian Olympics. Yeah, we're going to do some Destiny 2 today. Play some Guardian games. Look at the pyramid stuff. Look at everything new in the game. Check it out. And of course, hang out. It's a quiet time for Destiny 2 right now. I think that's no secret at all. This is always the quiet time of Destiny. This beginning of the year, spring season. Season of the Drifter. The Warmind Curse of Osiris. And this is no different, except Destiny's in a weird spot and it's free to play. But there's also this big situation happening, which makes Bungie obviously a lot slower to be able to do updates and give content. So it's a weird time for Destiny right now. The Guardian games. Yeah, this is a really cool little gold bond. I like this thing. I'm not sure if I'd want to wear that hunter cloak for the entire, 3-week event. And we have a bunch of bounties, guys. I know you're excited for bounties. I know you've all requested more bounties. By popular demand, season of the bounties. Yeah, Felwinter's Lie. They updated some more information in the API about it. You can see more perks. It's basically just a god roll crucible shotgun. The pyramids are on their way. The Almighty's about to crash into the Earth. And Zavala wants to do Guardian Olympics. Yeah, we'll go check out the bunker as well, because there's an update to the bunkers, the pyramid wall. And it's just too big. It's too big and like weird looking. Real D1 vets know what a good cloak looks like. It's a bit of a chunky cloak, you know? All right, pyramids. Pyramids are here. Nearly, kind of. There is this other little weird planet here, which I did mention. So I mentioned this whole thing on my latest video and actually kind of jokingly said, like, wouldn't it be cool if there's pyramids appear and there's big red flashing dots? And that's exactly what happened. There was this weird planet behind here, which I didn't mention. It's very big. Yeah, I'm not sure what that planet was, but it's whatever it is. It's been taken over now. But there's just like more, they're just adding more dots in. Next season is when they should arrive at, I guess, Titan. The pyramids are just going to come and we might see them either destroy or spare planets. That could be a thing, but they're going to come to Titan first, I guess. There is a cutscene, but it's in the game files, in the database. There's a cutscene of them arriving at Jupiter, which is interesting. But yeah, the pyramid's on the way. Literally the most scary thing that's ever happened in Destiny. Literally the collapse 2 and Zavala wants to do Guardian games. A few people have mentioned how there's one pyramid that's ahead of all the others. This one here. I think that's just the one that's in front. I think the entire wall over the next 6 weeks are just going to be completely covered in triangles. Eventually, this whole thing is going to be one big wall of red triangles. It's going to look pretty sick. I do really like this wall. I think it's one of the coolest features added. Like when they first put it in, I thought this is such an elaborate map for them to add. I hope they use it. So I'm glad they are, which is cool to see. What planet should be destroyed? If you guys got a vote, pick a planet to get destroyed, because obviously we've talked about many times how Destiny 2 is at capacity and Bungie needs to remove content to add it. That's why they had the seasonal content like Sundial and the Vex Offensive, where they add a activity and then remove it. If Bungie does want to do some kind of big expansion this fall in September, then they would probably have to remove like a planet or something. Like something probably has to go, either a planet or an activity. Mercury's been talked about. I mean, Mercury, if they deleted Mercury, would anything really, but we don't even know how it would even work if they technically did delete a planet. Like if they got rid of, does that get rid of the strikes? What about the new light players that need to do like the adventures and the quests? A lot of same Titan, Io. I quite like Io, to be honest. I think Io should stay. Titan, a lot of hate for Titan. Everyone wants Titan to be destroyed. What's all the hate for Titan? I quite like Titan, I'm not gonna lie. But it is possible, you know, with Europa being right there, like that literally says Europa. Maybe the pyramids come to Titan and they spare it, and then they go to Io, and maybe they delete Io, and then we have to move to Europa, because there was also there's like a lore tab they just added in this season, which is mentioning they found something on Europa. So Europa's being mentioned. It does seem like it would be a Destiny 3 thing, but you know, it could be a thing if they just get rid of Io and we have to move to Europa, because the two moons are next to each other. Could be a thing. Mercury would make sense to be destroyed. I mean, it's already halfway destroyed anyway. It's already half broken up. Like I think it's a lost cause. The Almighty has already eaten half of Mercury. I don't think anyone would miss Mercury. Everyone seems to want Titan to go. Gambit. I feel like they've mentioned that. Has Luke mentioned something like that? Or didn't they mention getting rid of either Gambit Prime or Gambit Base? They were going to do one of those. Yeah, I just do love how you got Almighty is hurtling towards Earth. Pyramids are closing in. And we're doing Guardian games. I'm not sure about these Laurels. They look exactly like exotics. That's going to bug me. You hope the fall expansion leak is real because the game is lacking content. Yeah, it's definitely not real. It's definitely not a real leak. It is very much made up, unfortunately. I mean, the concept is kind of close. You know, collapse is going to happen eventually. It's just not unlikely to be in that way. But there was stuff talking about Bungie working on it for 2 years. Like, Bungie has not been working on this expansion or any expansion for 2 years. That's just not a thing. So instantly you lost me there. Why did so many people talk about the leak? It has no sources at all. It's a very good question. I think pretty much because there's nothing else to talk about, if you want the simple answer. Yeah, I felt like it was kind of obvious. Like, I literally read it within like 6 seconds and I was like, yeah, this is not. I've seen in my YouTube time, I've seen way too many leaks. They just have a certain format, and it's very easy to tell when some guy on the internet has just made something up to try and get people excited. Like, I can tell what that looks like off the bat, but it is what it is. But it would be cool if it was true. They fixed it. Is it available though? Oh, it is. No way. It's actually fixed now. Oh, that makes life so much better. I really enjoy doing these, just hanging out, chatting with you guys. This is my only way to get social interaction. I can actually speak to people. Oh, did you really pop that as... Why? I wasn't even damaging you. I hate these guys. I actually very much have a vengeance against these guys. I went outside and saw a tree. It was beautiful. Must be nice. I just look at trees from the inside of my apartment these days. They look nice. I get how new players are easily overwhelmed, because I'm overwhelmed, honestly, by some of this stuff. Like the amount of bounties, and there's quests, there's medals, which are bounty quests, and then there's bounties. I definitely get why people get overwhelmed by the amount of objectives and checkboxes. Did you just push me into the train? Really, Kabul? Tried getting back to D2, way too many mods, brain crash, trying to figure out what to use. Yeah, I feel that. Oftentimes, this game confuses me, which is crazy because it's like my job to play this game, and I've been playing it for 6 years. And sometimes I log in and I'm just like, what is all of this? The amount of mods and bounties, and it can be a very nuanced game at times. So I just think, like, if this is confusing me or difficult for me, like Trials, for example, like Trials is... Even I have to assemble a god squad of like the best players that I know. I can't just play with my friends or just hang out and do a casual, yeah, just play some Trials like back in the day. I have to assemble the sweatiest people I can find. And even then, it's, you know, it's a gamble if you run into hackers or just some players that are very, very, very good. Also, playing on PC doesn't help. Just the average person who only has like maybe an hour to play, couple hours, like, you gotta think, what are they gonna be thinking about Trials? People joke about this game being made for streamers. Like, if the streamers aren't even enjoy it, then you gotta think, what does the casual player base think? And the game is obviously built off of the casual player base. Like, you have to have a healthy casual player base in order for the hardcore to survive. It's like a house of cards. You can't have one without the other. You can't just make a game for the hardcore or the streamers. The shader is Callus' Treasured, one of the Leviathans. Reach like good sidearm. Yeah, I love this thing. Good armor piercing. Great primary. Honestly, better than like SMG. Sidearms are very good in PvE. Very good damage. Good reload. Good range. I love Thousand Voices. I just love Thousand Voices. Just paint them. Probably not going to see any changes to Trials till probably end of the season at best. Next season, most likely. But again, due to everyone working at home, Bungie are a lot slower and less capable than they can be at fixing things and addressing stuff. So Trials changes are going to take a bit longer. I do miss the Taken, I'm not going to lie. I never thought I'd say that, but I do actually miss the Taken. Because the Taken are kind of annoying, but the Taken have been associated with all of the best expansions of Destiny, being Taken King and Forsaken. They tend to have just the best content, you know? Savathun, Oryx, like Hive. I used to hate in Destiny 1, but in Destiny 2, they're probably close to one of my favorite enemies. I'd say the Fallen is probably my favorite enemy. The House of Dusk, the Purple Fallen. We still haven't actually seen the leader of that. There's Mithrax, who's the friendly Fallen, and Varix, who is the question mark. Varix could either be friendly or he could just turn out to be enemy. I mean, Varix was technically... Varix is, in a weird way, kind of the reason that Cade died. Because him leaving the prison let everyone escape, and they went and killed Cade, and that's why you and Cade went to the prison, because Varix abandoned it. That could be the premise of this September expansion, Varix and the Fallen, because the Fallen are very overdue, and plus Varix and Mithrax is probably the most interesting Fallen storyline that Bungie just hasn't really touched. So it's kind of just left there waiting. What actually is a Laurel? Why is it called Laurel? Everyone's just talking about Laurel and Yanni now. Very chill stream vibes. Glad you're enjoying it. That's exactly the vibes that I'm going for. Laid back. Sick. Yeah, I think I'm going to do a keep doing the regular stream, especially during this quarantine time. It's just cool to It's just cool to interact with people live, and an extra element, you know, extra element of interactivity. Is that a catalyst or a Laurel? No, it's a Laurel. Love it. Love it. It is honestly really weird how little people use Warmind Cell. Like, I never see anyone else in Patrol or in Strikes or in anything Warmind Cell. It's so rare. But not surprising because they aren't really advertised much, so I don't blame people for not really knowing about it. You ever get bored of using the Iclos shotgun? I pretty much didn't use it for an entire year. I've only started using it recently, actually, but I did. It's got 5,000 kills on it. Rivalry Resolute. That shader looks ugly. That does not look like a good color combination. Red, yellow, and blue. Not sure about that one, Chief. It's a cool event. It is just bounties pretty much. So if you don't really enjoy bounties and that kind of grind, you're probably not going to enjoy this all too much. It's more of the same. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Shall I return to D2? Probably depends. Again, that's a loaded question. It's always difficult to answer that question because there's like people that come in that have been playing for 6 years, like me, since Destiny 1. People that have been playing for 6 months. Those two players are going to have completely different opinions on the game. Somebody who's playing, people who've been playing for 6 years right now are probably kind of burnt out in the game, probably a little bit bored, running out of things to do, got all the god rolls, got all the loot, versus new light players that are just getting into the game are like, this game's amazing. Why is everyone, I don't understand the complaining. There's so much to do. So it completely depends on, you know, what your experience is. What are they over there? Oh yeah, because his Rasputin's defenses are, I think, ready now. I'm not even sure what that means. Not a clue why there's a thing here that just gives me loot. Yeah, so this is the middle tower's different. So I think Rasputin's defenses are technically all ready. All the towers. I think at some point the Almighty is literally just going to come like flying in and Rasputin's just going to zap it out the sky. Or put some kind of barrier up or do something. All right, cool, nice. Whatever that was. Gotta love a misadventure. So Warlock's now in last place, believe it or not. That is very surprising, because I'm pretty sure Titan is the least played class. Warlock has always been in second place as far as numbers go. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for this stream. Like I said, I think we'll be back with some Destiny 1 as well. I want to do some more of that. That was a lot of fun. So stay tuned for that. Of course, make sure you hit the sub button and probably more importantly, the notification bell next to it. That way, when I stream, you will be notified. And of course, when I upload as well. But as always, appreciate you guys for being here. Stay safe, stay inside, stay away from other people, keep gaming, and yeah, I'll see you guys very soon with some more videos and streams.